Las Vegas throbbed with energy. Casinos glittered. The city was alive, pulsating with a rhythm that was both intoxicating and overwhelming. Neon lights flashed, casting a kaleidoscope of colors on the streets below. The air was thick with the sounds of laughter, the clinking of glasses, and the constant hum of slot machines. It was a sensory overload, a place where dreams were made and lost in the blink of an eye. We were riding high after a lucky streak at the roulette table. The thrill of winning was electrifying, and we felt invincible. Every spin of the wheel, every roll of the dice seemed to go our way. We laughed, we cheered, and for a moment we were on top of the world. The camaraderie among us was palpable, and the night seemed endless, but the bright lights were starting to wear on us. The constant noise, the relentless pace, it was all becoming too much. We craved adventure. The open desert called. We longed for the vastness, the silence, the stars. It was a stark contrast to the chaos of the Strip, and it beckoned us with the promise of something different, something real. Time to swap the blackjack table for something wilder. We decided to leave the glitz and glamour behind and seek out the raw beauty of nature. The idea of trading our chips for hiking boots was exhilarating. We packed our bags, filled with anticipation for the unknown adventures that lay ahead. The city had given us its best, but now it was time for a different kind of thrill. Let's explore Picture Canyon, I suggested, pulling up a map on my phone. The idea was met with enthusiastic nods and excited chatter. Picture Canyon, with its rugged terrain and breathtaking vistas, seemed like the perfect antidote to our urban fatigue. We studied the map, plotting our route and imagining the adventures that awaited us. The promise of fresh air and open spaces was irresistible. My friends, buzzing with excitement, readily agreed. A plan was hatched. We gathered our gear, loaded up the car, and set off with a sense of purpose and excitement. The road stretched out before us, a ribbon of possibility leading us away from the neon lights and into the heart of the desert. We were ready for whatever lay ahead, united by our shared sense of adventure and the promise of new experiences. We needed wheels, rugged wheels, the kind that could take us far beyond the beaten path into the wild unknown where adventure awaited. Our journey wasn't just about getting from point A to point B. It was about the thrill of the ride, the stories we'd gather along the way, and the memories we'd create together. We were a group of friends bound by a shared love for exploration and the open road. We piled into a rental car agency, our hearts racing with anticipation. The place was bustling with activity, people coming and going, each with their own story and destination. The walls were lined with posters of exotic locations and rugged terrains, each one whispering promises of adventure. The air thick with the smell of gasoline and ambition. It was a heady mix that made our spirits soar. We could almost taste the dust of the desert, feel the wind in our hair, and hear the roar of the engine as we sped towards the horizon. "We're heading off-road, gentlemen," I told the man behind the counter. His eyes widened slightly, a knowing smile playing on his lips. He had seen many like us before, dreamers and adventurers, ready to take on the world. Something that can handle the rough stuff. We need a vehicle that won't flinch at the sight of a rocky trail or a steep incline. Something that can take us to places where the map ends and the real adventure begins. He sized us up, a glint in his eye. He knew exactly what we needed. With a nod, he disappeared into the back, leaving us to wait in eager anticipation. We exchanged excited glances, our minds already racing ahead to the adventures that lay in store. Minutes later, we were behind the wheel of a beastly 4x4, its powerful engine rumbling with promise. It was a machine built for adventure, ready to take on whatever challenges the road, or lack thereof, could throw at it. Its powerful engine rumbling with promise. We could feel the raw power beneath us, a beast waiting to be unleashed. The dashboard was a symphony of lights and dials, each one a testament to the vehicle's capabilities. We were ready to take on the desert. The open road stretched out before us, a ribbon of possibility winding through the vast, untamed landscape. With a final glance at each other, we set off, the adventure of a lifetime unfolding with every turn of the wheel. The highway fell away behind us. Soon, we were surrounded by towering red rock formations and endless blue sky. The air was hot and dry, but we didn't care. We were in our element. Picture Canyon was a hidden gem. Ancient petroglyphs adorned the canyon walls, telling stories of a time long gone. The silence was absolute, broken only by the crunch of our boots on the desert floor. As the sun began to set, the canyon walls glowed with an otherworldly light. We set up camp, the air cool and still. But something felt off. A low rumble echoed through the canyon. "What was that?" someone whispered. We paused, listening intently. The rumbling grew louder, accompanied by a strange rhythmic thumping. It sounded like footsteps. Heavy footsteps. Fear prickled my skin. This was no desert animal. The thumping grew closer, and then we heard it. A voice, distorted, inhuman, echoing through the canyon. We froze, our blood turning to ice. The voice spoke again, a guttural growl that seemed to vibrate in our chests. It was close now, too close. Whatever was out there was moving towards us. We had to get out of there. Panic seized us. We scrambled to pack up our gear, our movements clumsy with fear. The voice boomed again, closer still. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. "We have to go now," I yelled, my voice tight with urgency. We piled into the 4x4, the engine roaring to life like a startled beast. We didn't waste any time looking back. Retreat! We tore through the desert, the 4x4 bouncing over rocks and scrub. The headlights cut through the darkness, but the fear followed us like a shadow. The voice still echoed in my ears. We didn't slow down until we were miles away from the canyon. Even then, we kept glancing over our shoulders, half expecting to see something monstrous emerge from the darkness. We never figured out what we heard that night in Picture Canyon. Was it a wild animal, a prankster, or something else entirely? The memory still sends chills down my spine. The desert can be a strange and unforgiving place. It holds secrets, whispers of things unseen and unknown, things that make you question your sanity. Some say the military conducts secret tests in the Nevada desert. This vast expanse of arid land has long been shrouded in mystery and speculation. Over the years, countless stories have emerged about clandestine operations and hidden agendas. The desert, with its unforgiving terrain and remote location, provides the perfect cover for activities that are meant to stay out of the public eye. From unidentified flying objects to experimental aircraft, the Nevada desert has been the epicenter of numerous conspiracy theories. Experiments that push the boundaries of science and technology. Scientists, clad in protective gear, work tirelessly under the scorching sun, operating high-tech equipment that seems straight out of a science fiction movie. These experiments are not just about advancing technology. They are about redefining the limits of human knowledge. The desert serves as a vast laboratory where the impossible becomes possible. Here, researchers test new theories, develop groundbreaking technologies, and explore the unknown. The work being done in this isolated environment could very well shape the future of humanity. Could that explain the strange sounds we heard? The distorted voice? We may never know. As night falls, the desert transforms into a place of eerie beauty and unsettling mystery. The wind carries whispers of the unknown, and the landscape takes on a ghostly appearance. Strange sounds echo through the night, and distorted voices seem to come from nowhere. These phenomena have baffled and intrigued both locals and visitors for decades. Some believe they are the result of secret experiments, while others think they are the remnants of ancient spirits. Regardless of the explanation, the nighttime desert holds secrets that continue to elude us. But one thing's for sure, we'll never forget our night in Picture Canyon. Picture Canyon, with its rugged beauty and remote location, is a place that leaves a lasting impression on anyone who visits. As we sat around the campfire, the flickering flames casting long shadows, we couldn't shake the feeling that we were not alone. The canyon seemed to come alive at night, with shadowy figures moving just beyond the reach of the firelight. It was a night filled with awe and a touch of fear, a night that would stay with us forever. It was an adventure that turned into a nightmare. What started as an exciting exploration of the unknown quickly turned into a harrowing experience. The desert, with its vast emptiness and ominous atmosphere, can be a disorienting and frightening place. As we ventured deeper into the night, we found ourselves lost and surrounded by an overwhelming sense of dread. Every rustle of the wind, every distant sound, seemed to amplify our fear. The desert at night is not just a physical challenge, it is a psychological one as well. It tests your resolve and forces you to confront your deepest fears. A reminder that even in the 21st century, there are still things that go bump in the night. The desert under the moonlight is a place of both beauty and mystery. The night sky, filled with countless stars, serves as a backdrop to the shadows that move across the landscape. These shadows, whether real or imagined, are a reminder that there are still many things in this world that we do not understand. In an age of technology and science, the desert remains a place where the unknown thrives. It is a place that challenges our perceptions and reminds us that there is still much to discover.